Hello, everyone! Welcome to BNWYDSE. I'm Tim, with me Troy.
Hey.
And Joseph.
Hey.
It's an exciting day.
We're in pretty good moods, I'd say.
I'm
pretty high spirits. Morale is high. We're gonna have a party.
We're about to have a fucking anxiety attack.
But the good kind of anxiety.
Yeah.
The kind where you're so anxious from joy.
Is there such thing as a good anxiety attack?
Okay, by the time this goes out, this will have been going on for a few days, but we're recording this on a Friday, which means we just posted our Kickstarter.
Less than 3 hours ago.
Yeah, and we're already over halfway there.
That's crazy.
Our goal was 8,000. We're past 5 now, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Joseph could check, but he said he wouldn't be doing that.
I'm waiting.
He wants to not check it just for the duration of the podcast, just to see if he can do it. Which is, it's really hard.
It's just so scary, man.
Get your foot out of my lap.
Because we spent, as you guys know from...
Move those boxes if you want.
If you've actually been listening to these the last couple of podcasts...
For some reason.
Yeah. We've been working on this Kickstarter stuff for a while, getting all the details and stuff. And
it took way longer than I thought it would.
Yeah.
It took like a month.
Because it turns out Kickstarters are complicated.
I mean, making them good is hard.
Yeah. Assuming ours is good.
Well, yeah, making it to our ridiculously high standards.
Yeah.
At least the presentation value is decent,
I would say.
Until you press play on the video and we start talking.
Yeah. It turned out better than I thought it would, because I'll be honest, whenever I first just got the raw clips and started putting them together, I was just like,
oh god,
this sucks. We're gonna have to redo this.
Everyone say thanks to Tim for putting together the Kickstarter video.
But then by the time it was actually had some semblance of being put together, it was actually bearable. And then Troy added all of the animations and things and made it even more tolerable,
even more illustrative. Because that was kind of the whole point.
I think I said in one of the last podcasts, the part that's scary is you're actually asking people to put their money where their mouth is. And even though we had a lot of encouragement from our friends and stuff, and we have a buddy that works with the two guys from Andromeda that did the Space Quest Kickstarter that was wildly successful, we had him looking over our stuff and he's like, oh yeah, you should be fine and everything. It's not until you start seeing donations come in, you're like, oh my god, no one's going to donate.
So now it's just, hopefully we hit those stretch goals, because... Yeah. I've done way too much research into how to make a Blu-ray.
Won't everyone think of Tim?
Please fund the Blu-rays so I can actually put all those hours to use in some way.
Blu-rays are expensive to make.
They really are.
Crazy when you gave us those numbers.
Yeah, it's like...
But if it gets done, we'll be able to make Blu-rays in the future, too.
Yeah.
Because part of... I mean, we can say what the stretch goal entails. Yeah. I think it might actually be on the page itself, but we'll actually have the Blu-ray authoring software ourselves.
Yeah, because what we wanted to do is make a dual layer Blu-ray disc so that we could cram everything onto one disc and then have as much room as possible for extra stuff. But the problem was a dual layer Blu-ray has 50 gigabytes of space, which is a lot. But for some reason, there is no affordable Adobe-esque software that will actually do that. Adobe has their own program that'll do that, but it doesn't do dual layers, so we could have either done 2 single-layer discs or just one big dual layer, and we went for that. So
in the long
part
run,
of this is paying for the software. Which,
in the long run, it'll save money.
I'm not even entirely sure we can fit everything we want to put on it into one dual-layer disc either. We haven't really looked into that, but you did the season 1 Blu-ray render, and it was how much was it?
It was really big, but it was also not in H.264, which is compressed better. It was the older standard, but it's well,
hopefully we can fit it on one dual layer disc.
If that gets funded, we will figure it out.
Yeah,
definitely.
We've already had this conversation 50 times.
For some reason, the programs that make it so that you can author DVDs are much more open and widespread than Blu-ray is.
We wouldn't think that, because Blu-rays have been around for a long time.
Yeah, I know, but it's...
And technology standards.
Yeah. And it's not like that technology is changing or anything like that, but it's, what was it, that Sony had their own software, like the professional level stuff.
Wasn't it like $20,000?
It was $50,000.
So a little bit more.
So that could have been our stretch goal. Is like for the super professional stuff, we'll have to we'll just add $50,000 onto that.
So
why not? We can do that.
That's always really bugged me about production costs for things. It's like I looked at the. Remember when Red cameras came out?
Yeah.
Like not a couple years ago anymore, but years ago when Red cameras came out. I just, out of curiosity, I went on their website. This is before DSLR cameras too, and it was Red cameras were touted as like, the affordable option.
Oh yeah, those were the next big thing.
The next big thing for indie filmmakers or whatever to make their projects and stuff. But I went on their website to see how much it costs, and it was like there is a piece of metal that connects the camera base plate, or the base plate for a tripod. It adapts that base plate to another tripod. Like you can use a different tripod with that base plate or whatever.
$10,000.
$800.
$800.
It was
The cameras were $10,000.
Okay.
There was a piece of metal that was roughly the size of my pinky.
Nice.
$800.
Yep.
And I was like, that's not. How is that affordable? What? I will never be able to do this.
I mean, it's like if you want professional light kits, like a light costs like $500, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if you're lucky.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about like an RE light or something that would be $500 to $600, I think is what it was when we checked. And that is just the light. No barn doors, no stand, just a light.
Yeah, nothing to hang it with or anything like that.
Making stuff professionally is hard.
If you want a kit, just at like, was it like 3 lights and some stands?
About roughly $3,000, I think. Yeah. I mean, if it's a high level or something, you want a Kino flow light. Go fuck yourself.
Making stuff look pretty costs a lot of money. That's why all of our stuff looks like trash.
Kino flow lights are awesome, and I want one really bad. But like, smallest Kino flow, I haven't checked it in a long time, but I'm pretty sure it was around $2,000.
Don't they have like the DSLR light kits that are even more expensive than like the regular RE ones?
It depends. I mean,
so yeah, could have had added an extra $5,000 plus stretch goal, and we could have bought a light bulb.
help us fund
$6,000. We could have something to put it in.
Help us fund these light bulbs. .kickstarter.com. I don't think that's how they do their projects, but that's what it is. So now that the Kickstarter is out of the way, it took like literally I think a month to get all of that.
Pretty much, yeah.
To get all of that set, let's get back to shooting Marble Hornets.
Yeah.
Well, we would have, except there was a tree that kind of landed on our house.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was leading into.
Yeah, we were gearing up to do that, but then...
I'll let you tell it.
We had some scary storms, and ever since 2011, where if you guys didn't know about that, there were huge tornadoes that ravaged several towns, including ours, including Tuscaloosa.
Which I got the experience of being about 2 football fields away from.
Yeah.
And holy shit.
And so those storm sirens carry a little bit more weight now than they used to.
They actually should not for you, because let me tell you something about tornado sirens. They are county-wide.
Uh-huh.
Tuscaloosa is a very large county. Like, I'm pretty sure it's the biggest county in the state.
Yeah.
I might be wrong about that, but it's like in the top 3, I think. I think it's the biggest one. But tornado sirens in Alabama, I don't know if it's like this in other states, but in Alabama it is county-wide. So but tornado warnings are not county-based. They are, I think they're called polygons now.
Yep.
Respect
the polygon.
Yeah, it is set up to where the path of a suspected tornado is set up in like this rectangular shape, and it's not going to stick to just... They don't highlight every county it goes through. So if there could be a tiny mile-long sliver that is in that tornado warning, every single tornado siren in the county of Tuscaloosa is going to go off.
I'm still going to hide anyway.
Yeah. I still say experience says those carry a lot.
No, I'm not saying ignore that. I'm saying when it goes off, you need to check online or with a weather radio or something.
Yeah.
You need to check what part of the county that is for, because it is not the entire county. Yeah. And that is Troy's weather tips.
Haha! Except when it's at noon on the first Wednesday of every month. Then it's on the Wednesday. That would really suck if a tornado actually came on Wednesday like on the first Wednesday.
It has to be clear skies for them to do that, or they'll postpone it to the next day.
They do a test. The first Wednesday of every month around noon is when they test those. You just once a month get those
Troy,
blasted around town.
How do you know so much about weather, but you don't know where the Midwest is in the United States?
I wanted to be a meteorologist when I was a kid until I found out that knowing geography is a thing you have to know. So I'm not very good at geography, but I know a lot about weather patterns.
Oh,
nice.
Ask me things about tornadoes.
If you'd like your weather questions answered, please send an email.
Podcast at THAC.tv. So yeah, there was a lot of really, really heavy rain, and we gathered in the hallway.
Had some pups.
Yep. And we're all just kind of huddled in there, and then there was a big loud crack, and the power went out, and then that's when Joseph says, "Yep, there's the pressure change," and I about shit in the hallway when he said that, and like I was literally, I was gonna do like a scared weather tweet but I was holding my phone, my hands were kind of shaking too much, and I was like, I don't know what to fucking tweet. I just put it away.
Man, you're jittery with weather then.
Yeah.
Here's the thing,
I get
Troy.
Mildly excited.
We have this hole in our ceiling where my girlfriend, who had never been in an attic before, didn't realize you don't stand on the insulation, so leg went straight through the ceiling. But we have this plastic bag over there to keep, I don't know, insulation from falling into the hallway. Yeah. After we heard that loud crack and I felt that pressure change, this bag that's kind of sagging just shot up like it was being sucked up into it. And the only other time I felt that pressure change is when an F5 tornado was going right by where I was.
EF5.
EF5.
The I think it's Fujita scale. Yeah. That is not used anymore. It is EF5, and it's based on damage after the fact.
Okay, well, it was definitely an EF5.
Okay, yeah, no, it was. Actually, I think the one that came through Tuscaloosa ended up being an EF4.
Really?
I think. I might be wrong about that, but it might have been. It was 4 or 5, and I think I remember.
I think based on the outdated scale, the Fujita scale, it was a 5 because it was like over a mile in diameter.
Yeah, I don't remember what that was based on, but EF is based on damage.
Do remember
because
they have the Fujita scale.
They have survey crews that come out after the fact, and then they determine what the tornado itself was.
I really don't want to see what an EF5 has to do to be classified.
World-endingly bad.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Anyway, the moral of that story is we went outside after it stopped raining, and there was a really big tree that took out it blocked our driveway, took down the power lines, took out the cable.
If it had fallen 10 degrees closer to the house, it would have crushed Tim and I's car.
Yeah.
It would have crushed Erica's car, but she had left it at the university that day.
Yeah, that was probably the closest call, I think.
I went out there and I was like, well, we don't have power. This looks all right. Oh, there's a tree right in front of me.
It was a pretty thick tree, too.
Yeah.
I
big
saw it.
Sucker.
EF stands for Enhanced Fujita Scale.
Oh,
so now you know. It was Fujita Scale, now it's Enhanced Fujita. That's what EF stands for.
So it's Fujita Plus.
Yeah. Pretty much. Except people use it. It's not like Google Plus.
Okay.
See what I did there?
Sick burn.
We have fun here. We have fun.
Our Google Hit Squad is en route.
Oh, man.
But yeah, so now we have power. We still don't have internet, which the huge nerds that we are really sucks.
I think actually
it also is required to do Marble Hornets riding at the house.
Yeah. There was a small tornado the other night that knocked that tree down. It was a small tornado that was, I would probably say, not less than a mile, but 1 to 2 miles away.
Yeah, didn't you say it was close to the movie theater or something?
It was pretty close to the movie theater,
which is fairly close.
It was south of the interstate.
Too close for comfort.
So it wasn't like hitting the movie theater. It was south of the interstate. So it might have been a mile away from the interstate. So maybe about 2-3 miles away from you, which is pretty close for a tornado.
Yeah.
But I think it ended up being an EF2, which that's not something you want to be in either.
Yeah.
That's also very
any tornado.
Yeah, like EF1, I think is like. There's a level below 1.
I think that's like superficial damage or something.
That's like that. Those don't destroy houses, I think. Or if they destroy houses, it's not many houses. Yeah. Like a direct hit from it will destroy your house, but not anywhere else.
I did hear on the news whenever I was looking for weather coverage, like the next day, it was some town in Alabama. I never actually heard of it until then. They had just rebuilt a middle school that had been knocked over in the 2011 tornado. It had been open a week.
Oh my god.
And then the new tornadoes this past week knocked it over again.
Those children are not meant to go to school there.
Or maybe they're just meant to be a farming town forever.
Long story short, we are going to be filming
Anyway, Marble Hornets
this weekend.
Yeah.
Whenever nature doesn't stand in our way.
That's happened quite a few times. I remember the 2011 tornado outbreak, which was April 27th. We were planning on shooting something that day.
I think we were.
I'm pretty sure we were.
And then, how many times have we had to cancel for rain or for fucking snow?
Yeah.
It never snows. And then we decide, they're saying it might have a little bit of snow, but it never snows around here.
Shuts down the state.
We'll just film tomorrow. Like, it's the thickest snow that I remember. Except for like the ice storm in like 1992 or something
93.
like that. Yeah.
The blizzard of 93.
Yeah, buddy.
Dude, that was awesome as a little kid. It wasn't awesome if you were an adult because you realized, oh god, all of our power is out and everything is ruined.
I didn't have to go over to school for a week.
Yeah.
My dad built me a sled.
Yeah.
And it was super cool.
The only time I've been sledding was in 1993.
I think he built that sled out of leftover house siding, I think. Because we had a bunch left over because he built that big shed thing in the backyard. So, I just had a little sled. And then the little girl next door had just a trash can lid, just a metal trash can lid.
What a little nerd.
But it was way faster than my sled.
Aww.
So she would be like, hey, can I ride your sled? I'd be like, oh, okay, I guess. But in reality, her trash can lid was actually a lot better. It's more aerodynamic, it's faster.
Yeah.
I just looked it up. The one that hit Tuscaloosa, EF4.
Huh. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
The highest rated tornado on that day was an EF5 though, but it was not the one that came through Tuscaloosa.
Oh, wow. Where was it? Did it say?
No, I mean I'd have to look in. It's a pretty long Wikipedia article, so I will look at it later. There's even a tornado in Canada that day. It said.
What?
It said it was an EF0, but
wait, what?
There's an EF0. Yeah.
Huh.
That's EF0.
It was there.
And like EF0 is something like break branches or something.
Oh.
It came to one person's house and went. That was it.
It knocked on the door and no one was home, so it left.
Yeah. Man, anytime there's a tornado something going on somewhere in the state, they always have to interrupt the TV stations.
Yeah.
The TV station we have here is like really, really good at weather, and they've
won Emmys.
They've won Emmys, yeah.
For weather.
And they always interrupt if there's a tornado warning within their viewing thing, and they have it online streaming. So I always watch it, like even when it's nowhere near me. I like watching it for some reason.
Because James Spann is a cool guy and he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I like watching things like that. I don't want there to be tornadoes.
Yeah.
I just like watching him explain how everything moves, and like I can see a tornado on a weather radar now with the reflectivity scale and everything. Yeah. It's pretty cool. I feel pretty smart.
Me.
I feel pretty smart sometimes.
I sent him a picture of our driveway and he retweeted me.
Yeah. Well, we already ended up on his Twitter, didn't we?
Oh, yeah. A long time ago, or not really, like a year ago, we were stuck in traffic. There's
also going to film something, I think.
Yeah, going to film something. There was like a wreck on the interstate.
Is that when they had to airlift somebody?
Yeah, they actually had to call in an helicopter. An airlicopter? They had to call in an airlicopter to airlift someone out, to heli-lift someone out.
Yeah.
And we were stuck in traffic for, I'd say, about an hour.
We were just kind of hanging outside the car talking to people.
Yeah, we were hanging outside the car talking to people, and the car behind us took a picture of the backed up traffic, and then on like that local news station, they showed it on TV, and it was just me like talking to Tim.
Yeah, just standing outside our car, or your car,
and then like. I got a bunch of like text messages from people that I haven't talked to in a while. Like I went to high school, like I saw you on the news. It's like, oh, cool.
I guess.
Yeah, go me. I'm famous now.
That would be the second time I've been on the local news, I think, or maybe it was the third time.
Unintentionally or intentionally?
Well, unintentionally. It's never been intentional to be on the news because normally that means you've done something wrong. But I remember when I was in 4th grade. They showed Raiders of the Lost Ark at the Bama Theater, and I went, and for some reason there was like a news crew there, and they interviewed like little 10-year-old me for like 30 seconds.
Where they're just like, are you excited to see this movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think he was shocked that I'd already seen it because
Wait, you said Bama Theater's in the one here?
Or whatever the one
Tuscaloosa?
in Birmingham is. Yeah.
The Alabama Theater.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, the Alabama Theater, not the Bama Theater.
The Bama Theater is here. The Alabama Theater is...
Yeah, because around here you like, oh, well, the Bama Tide Theater is in this town, but the Bama Roll Tide Theater is in this town, but just the Tide Theater, that's somewhere else. But
it's like saying, oh, it's over on Bryant.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, which of the 80 Bryants are we talking about here?
Because Bear Bryant is a famous football coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For those of you that aren't sports ball fans.
Or, oh, it's really easy to find. It's the building that has the crimson walls. Like, the side of it is crimson and, like, with some white around it. Maybe, like, some houndstooth on a sign. It's really... You can't miss it. You can't miss it.
I can't remember if I've said this or not, like, on the first podcast or something, but we really missed out by not naming the company anything Bama or something related, because every local company around here has Bama in their name somewhere. Like,
we can still put script A's all over the place.
THAC Bama LLC.
If we ever display the logo, we should make the A in fact the University of Alabama A.
They will sue the shit out of you.
Nah, actually,
apparently it's really easy to get licensing on that script A though.
They have
as long as you want to give them some money, they're fine with it.
They have, most companies have a dedicated page where you can download their logo to use and things, and they just have terms of use on it and stuff. Because I know that
do not alter this logo in any way.
Yeah, like I got the Kickstarter logo, and then on our website, the Facebook logo and the YouTube logo, you just got to type in Google like Facebook logo download or whatever, and they'll go to the facebook.com/download our logo, whatever, and you can download. They'll be like, don't use this on porn or whatever. So speaking of getting our company name somewhere with or without a University of Alabama A on it.
Yeah.
We went to a place yesterday that
we funded by 2%.
Yeah.
By 2.15% or something. We went to
we've actually talked about them before.
We've talked about it before. We went to Doobie's Doghouse yesterday.
We were apparently the first Kickstarter backers to actually go there.
Yeah, to show up. Granted, he's only been open for
less than a week, I think.
Was it less than a week? I thought it was about a week.
Something like that. Yeah, it's probably been a week by now.
No more than a week.
Yeah. So the tier that we pledged gave us 30.
It was 30 free hot dogs.
30 free hot dogs and advertising space in his restaurant, and so we were in there.
It was supposed to be on the tabletop, like, the lacquer table, and it would be under that.
But apparently now he's moving that to outside seating, which apparently will happen at some point. And
that place is going to have outside seating?
There wasn't much space out there, though.
That's just what the man told me.
Oh.
Huh. All right. Well, whatever. So while we were in there,
we could put a table out there.
Yeah. We were looking at the walls, being like, where should we put this? And I think we decided. I suggested, what if we get one of those little golden plaques made that you get on like Little League trophies, like You Tried trophies, that just says, because I think it was Tim that asked, crunch these numbers real quick, how much of his total Kickstarter amount was us percentage-wise, because there's $300 between us, because we all three did the $100 goal, $100 pledge level, so we thought it'd be funny to have 3 ads for us, and thought
that, and unlike all the other people funding this place, we could actually go there.
Yeah, and so
it also poses the question though: is doing something funny that no one will see, is it still funny?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Or is it just sad? I suggested, what if we get one of those golden plaques and engrave it to say 2.71% of this building made possible by THAC LLC.
Oh man, what if we got?
We could just straight up get a trophy. Like, you can get those made too, and then just have that on it.
We could also find out the square footage of the place and have a plaque that is that ratio, and be like, this part of the building funded by THAC LLC.
Yeah, made possible.
Have him cut a little hole in the floor and then just put like a THAC brick in there.
Oh yeah.
It's like, this right here, we funded this spot right here.
Is it funny or sad?
Little of both.
Little of both, I would say.
But all funny things in life usually have a little bit of a sad undertone to them, don't they?
Yeah.
The funniest things.
Yeah.
When you're kind of mean like us.
Those I don't think we're mean.
We spend a lot of time on the internet.
Well, I mean, the base level of meanness, I guess, when you're on the internet. But
by internet standards, no, we are not mean. But
yay.
Probably by actual human standards.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know.
We're still probably pretty mean people to people like Doobie.
Yeah.
We were nice to him.
No,
I know.
No, compared to Doobie. I think that's what it means.
Or, yeah.
I was just going to say that whenever I went to class, when I went to UA, I don't remember what that area is called near the Ferguson Center. Is it like the Ferguson Center Promenade or something? That goes up by a BB Cutler or whatever.
Oh, the one with all the little bricks.
The one with all the little bricks.
On them and shit.
I looked up what those bricks cost to be engraved.
Way too much.
No. Well, yes, but less than you would expect.
$500.
$500, I think, is the big square one.
Really?
Not the half. I think it might be $250 for the half
Holy
size.
Shit.
So
we could get one.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
We could get one of those too.
Yeah.
Just got a text from Dad. Woohoo! Major target.
Really? Wait, hold on. Okay, I'm going to check.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Did we?
Holy shit!
What?
In 3 hours and 19 minutes,
we
met our goal.
What? Ah!
You heard it here, folks.
What?
Live.
You heard it live. You heard our reactions
Heard it live. Posted on Tuesday. Oh my god! Like,
I don't know what to say. Thanks, everyone.
Yes, thanks
You're
everyone.
great.
And
oh,
hopefully,
I need to lay down.
okay. So what were we talking about?
I don't even remember. Man.
Something about
Oh yeah,
hot dogs.
I think
shit.
I think we were talking about hot dogs, but I don't remember what else we were going to say about that.
Probably
It doesn't fucking matter.
It's good.
Yeah.
Season 3 DVD. It's good. It's good to
So
go.
Kickstarter anxiety for us lasted 3 hours, I guess.
3 hours.
Think
I don't
we-
know. I'm still feeling.
Well,
I don't
no,
know.
because we still have stretch goals to go and everything.
I'm
everything. But
Maybe-
at the very least, what we set out to do is going to happen.
Maybe it'll sound
Yeah.
nice and quaint if the stretch goals get made by the time this gets uploaded, which is 4 days from now.
What do we do if it goes past the stretch goals we have planned?
We'll think of something.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we did say in the video that it would go into
Let's have a big pool party.
Buy those light bulbs.
Let's
Yeah.
have a pool party. Invite all the donors.
Let's do that anyway. Got a pool.
we
We got a
got a pool
pool here.
Yeah.
Big old
by
pool
the-
party.
By the time everything is manufactured, I'll be in this apartment complex too.
Yeah.
We have 2 members. We'll
Just-
have
yeah.
enough guest passes, right?
Just post our address on the
Yeah.
internet.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
They
It's
give us
always worked.
They give us like 500 guest passes, right?
Yeah.
Just get kicked out.
So what was the other thing we were going to talk about? I don't even remember.
Applebee's, man.
Oh yeah, Applebee's. Didn't we mention in the
We
last
mentioned
podcast?
that it was closing.
Yeah.
Well, we made good on. I don't even know if we mentioned this, but we were going to go there on the last day.
Yeah. I
But
think we said we were going to,
Yeah.
so we
But
haven't
their
updated.
last day, or what we were told their last day, we went there and they were like loading up stuff in trucks and leaving.
They
door-
were already closed.
The door was locked.
Yeah.
I guess.
Troy went up and kicked the building.
Yeah, I did.
Should have spit on it.
I spit in the parking lot before we
Should've
left.
peed on it.
I didn't pee on anything.
You should have gone there at night whenever no one was around and just peed on it.
just
Peed on the window.
Just run around peeing as I
Sort
run.
of, yeah, whip it out, pee as you run, so that you can get all of the windows as you're running around it. There's a nice yellow streak.
You were the one that had to wash the windows all the time.
I only did that once, but it took way longer than it should have.
Yeah, because there's a lot of windows.
One of the
Yeah.
guys we worked with actually tagged us in a photo of the building, like it's finally gone and stuff. And there are people commenting on that with oh, a lot of pleasant memories there. I'm like, no!
There were no pleasant memories there.
No! You are wrong. You are objectively wrong.
There's plenty of pleasant memories there if you hate yourself.
Yeah.
We were like, well, we came here again for comedy, kind of, and also for this really vindictive side of us.
Mean, just yeah.
Speaking of our mean side,
Yeah.
I guess.
But we're like, well, I got it in my mind that I was eating Applebee's today. So we went to the mall Applebee's and ended up eating the food from Northport anyway because they just shipped it over to
Yeah,
the Tuscaloosa one.
And the manager says, he was like, yeah, we have so much food, we don't even have anywhere to put it. I'm like, don't tell me that. That means you got burger meat just
And you know that
sitting out.
they weren't ordering fresh stuff, at all.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely not.
So it's just, of eating the...
They're probably still serving the Northport food.
Yeah.
The Northport hamburger meat.
between the the Doobie's Dogs out in the middle of nowhere, Alabama, and the Applebee's food, the one that made me feel the absolute worst was Applebee's.
Oh yeah,
I felt fine after Doobie's. I felt a little hungry. I could have.
Yeah, I could have had a second dog. But
I need bigger wieners to fill me up.
not enough fries either.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty stingy with
There's
their
only
fries.
like 10 or 12 fries on that basket.
Yeah, I mean,
I am an American in the South. I need at least 3 times.
See, I didn't even
fries.
notice that. The thing that bothered me was that he didn't melt the cheese.
Yeah.
You gotta melt the cheese because the chili wasn't hot enough to melt it.
He's
instantly.
still new. He's still new.
Yeah, he'll learn.
Maybe. Well,
We all grow as people, no matter our age. So.
Maybe he was using like the pre-grated cheese because that has like the waxy shit on it to make sure that it keeps grated.
I don't know. As soon as it touched my fry, it melted really quick.
Oh yeah,
so, and that was a good fry. It was a cheesy fry.
My fries weren't entirely cooked long enough. I don't.
Mine
think,
were.
But they were still all right.
Mine were fine. Mine were pretty good.
Yeah.
I just wish I had more of them.
Yeah.
I also didn't have any problem with melting cheese because I got a slaw dog, which are by nature pretty cold.
Yeah,
that was like minced slaw though.
Yeah, I've never seen it was like diced, not even diced. It was like minced slaw.
So tiny.
It was teeny tiny. It looked like couscous on my hot dog. Someone should get on that.
That's an idea.
A couscous hot dog. That'd be pretty good. Man, I want a hot dog now.
Oh, stretch goal. Open THAC Dogs.
THAC dog.
Right across the street from Doobie's.
Nah, I don't want to step on his toes.
In the building in the subway. That's
we have an investment in that place. We don't want to screw up our own investment.
Is it an investment if we don't get anything back?
What if? Okay,
we have 29 free hot dogs left.
Yeah, those don't improve in quality based on the investment.
Here's what we do. We open up Fat Heads. They have a hot dog.
Right.
THAHD. Across from Doobie's Dogs. We use our advertising space at Doobie's to advertise the place across the street.
That is some cutthroat business right there.
That's awful, and I feel bad that I thought of that. We're not actually going to do that.
You're ruthless, man.
Yeah. There's an empty office space for rent all over the place. Surely you can turn any office kind that you want to into a hot dog shack. Like all you need is a vent hood, right?
Yeah. Business zoning. It's a business.
Yeah.
Make a hot dog shack next to
there's an empty Applebee's. There's an empty Applebee's now. They took down the signs. We can, I don't know, just get this.
That's
this,
a stretch.
This Kickstarter just gets runaway success, $5 million, and we just
buy that lot.
We use all of that to buy the Applebee's and turn it into THAC.
No, we burn the building to the ground and then just make a little shack.
Yeah.
Facklebees.
And we only show Marble Hornets on the TVs. Except one shows curling.
Yeah.
All the rest is but no 2 TVs are showing the same entry, they're all sort of off.
And they all have the sound on too.
Yeah.
Turned all the way up. So it's just an awful
cacophony of the static just
It's all static from the season 1, the early season 1 entries where it just blows out your speakers. We were doing the re-renders for the remade season 1 DVD, and I was like, we could tweak the volume on these or something, but I think we should keep the experience as pure as possible. Because it was tempting, because I had everything in front of me. I
could have done it.
I could have just turned that volume slider down just a little bit, but I didn't. I kept it the same, exactly the same.
You mentioned
its artistic integrity is intact.
At Facklebees, all we serve are couscous hot dogs.
Yeah.
I can't not laugh at Facklebees. That sounds ridiculous.
Facklebees, come try our world famous couscous hot dogs. Also, no, we can't turn the volume down. The button is broken on all of them. Also, we don't have remotes.
Also, you have to refer to them as couscous dogs, or we will not serve them.
Yeah. Just have everything we've made in there,
Oh my god, we could just name it Dogs.
Phil grapefruit salad.
Wait, is grapefruit salad a thing?
I don't know. Fruit salad's a thing. Just make it all grapefruit. Fuck it.
It's just sliced grapefruit. Try our new grapefruit salad.
This went
sliced grapefruit and marshmallows.
This went from being the worst idea in a mile radius to the worst idea on planet Earth.
If you have any creative ideas for grapefruit salad recipes, please email podcast@thac.tv. We could have, let's see, what's some other stupid tie-ins. We could only play. Let's see.
All
Joseph
the servers
is
are
always,
dressed as Tin Man.
Yeah.
You are always playing jazz in the corner, but you only know the one song, so you play that over and over again. But you get really fucking good at it after a while. Let's see. Oh, you know how you can get the kids treat that's like the worms and dirt, and it's like crushed Oreos and gummy worms.
Yeah.
Well, that can be like the Craig Digsby's worms and dirt, but like it's actually worms and dirt. Let's see.
So we start getting a lot of business from fishermen.
Yeah, I was gonna say
for bait.
It just like Thackelby's couscous hot dogs and bait shop.
But then we actually take leaves as currency, so we go out of business really fast.
No. See, we make the stretch goal on the Kickstarter $5 million, and then we have enough to at least stay open for a year with that.
Yeah.
Like having,
but we only import like Kobe beef hot dogs.
Oh yeah.
really sweet hot dogs and like handmade couscous. What is couscous made out of?
I don't know.
Some grains and shit. I don't know. It's always in there with the instant rice for me. I just lump it in. It's
I mean, it's not like
its own thing. I just don't know what that is.
It's not made of like corn or anything like grits are. I don't think. I'm gonna look that up real quick.
So Thackelby's hot dogs and bait shop. LAN parties, league tournaments. You can host them.
I could totally wreck some noobs.
That couscous are granules of durum wheat. Durum. I think I'm pronouncing that right.
Sounds right to me.
So it's wheat. Huh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And it is also delicious.
It's made of semolina?
Semolina.
I thought it said salmonella at first. Semolina.
Made of salmonella.
Yeah, delicious. Now we know.
Yeah.
Don't say you don't learn anything from the THAC Podcast.
So other than the
weather patterns and
what
couscous?
couscous made of? Yeah.
So other than the couscous dogs and maybe the worms and dirt dessert, what else would they serve, or would it even serve anything else? Would that just be it?
No, that'd be it.
Yeah.
It would be variations on the dog, and worms and dirt for the kids.
Yeah.
/ fishermen. So that's what we're gonna make the ultimate stretch goal.
Mm-hmm.
And if you pledge,
if you get the top tier reward, you become the general manager.
yeah, you can have it, man. I don't care.
Run it however you see fit.
Yeah, this is going to stay open
while we laugh our way to the bank with our 5 million Kickstarter bucks.
Yeah.
Kicks bucks.
Well,
I paid $1 million to have this restaurant open, and now I'm getting paid minimum wage as the manager.
No, we wouldn't be going to the bank with $5 million. We'd be going to the bank with $4,990,000 $92 because we have to print the DVDs.
Oh right, yeah.
Oh yeah. So
yeah.
Remember our mission statement.
Yeah.
THAC, we give you that thing that you paid for.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we would have gotten the stretch goals by then anyway.
Yeah.
So it would be whatever the top stretch goal is minus $5 million.
This is all coming together.
This is we know what we're gonna aim for.
We're feeling optimistic.
Yeah. It just becomes this really weird news story like dorks in Alabama trying to fund DVD buy an Applebee's.
Only serve couscous
Couscous.
dogs. I did air quotes there.
Yeah.
And a grapefruit salad.
And
shit.
dirt.
Why not just buy the Applebee's and limit it? I mean, it's got everything but showers
and air conditioning.
Who needs those?
Well, no, now the roof is leaking, so there is a shower.
Yeah.
Anytime it rains, just gather under the gaping hole in the ceiling. Just gather our naked bodies together while a trickle of water comes over us.
In like the moonlight.
Yeah.
When it's cold, sleep in the greenhouse. When it's hot out, just sleep in the cooler.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Yeah.
And
it's simple, idiot.
Yeah.
God.
I think that's all we got to say on Applebee's.
I think we've run out of...
Since we've spent a lot of time on it in the last podcast.
Since
I will say, I wanted to point this out. I was a little unsure that Doobie's dog was going to be open because of the inclement weather we had, and there was a tornado that went through there, and it's in this county called Pickens County, and his one of his featured dogs is the Pickens County tornado. So going there, I was a little worried. He's like, is this in bad taste if I order this?
He's the one that has it on his menu.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And not a frog dog.
And not a frog dog.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty funny.
He said he would, but then he got mad at the
But
frogs
we're
because the frogs were mean.
They're the bad froggers. We're the good froggers.
Yeah.
I think
like
you called
that-
us good froggers.
I like that no one knows what you're talking about there. Probably
It doesn't matter. Maybe we
It's not
maybe we
important
still
enough.
have one fan from Something Awful that will get all those in jokes
Nah.
right there.
So what else were we going to talk about?
I don't fucking know.
I got my brain just kind of immediately stopped working.
I don't
when
know.
saw that
We could do
funded.
some emails or something. I don't know.
I had a few things written down, just things in the news, you know.
Oh, some current events.
Some
that we
current
can cover.
events.
We can give some some white hot opinions.
Actually, here's a good current event here.
You're in the captain's
Here's a
seat.
current event. I opened my Google Drive today,
Oh,
Okay.
and it turns out that iPhone doesn't have a Google Drive app, does it?
No.
Okay.
Not that I'm aware of, at least.
Turns out this is becoming a thing now. I guess you can't edit your Google Docs on the Google Drive app anymore. You can only view them on the Google Drive app, and you have to download the Google Docs app to edit them.
But I thought Google Docs was Google Drive now.
Google Docs are a part of Google Drive,
Oh.
and you could open them and edit them within the Google Drive app, but now it's a separate app.
Google, you're really fucking confusing, man.
Yeah, like the Google Doc app is separate, and the Google Sheets app is separate, which is like the Google Excel of that. But I also found out recently, I'm a person that still uses Foursquare. I don't know why.
Literally the only person.
Yeah.
You are the mayor of Tuscaloosa.
I'm the mayor of the German restaurant we go to.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the mayor. I just became the mayor today. I was pretty.
I thought
pretty
you were
excited.
already the mayor.
No, I became it today. I might have lost it, then I got.
how many times do you have to go someplace before you become the mayor, or do you just have to?
You
be
have
the
to
one
go
who
more
goes there
than-
the most?
Do you have to go there the most more than once?
Oh,
Basically,
okay.
you don't. If you're the first person in a place, you don't become the mayor. If you go there twice, you are. But anyway,
Don't say the name of the place on air so that you can't get dethroned. No one can find it.
yeah, no
No one can find it
But-
among the seas of other German
German-
restaurants in Tuscaloosa.
But we want people to go there because it's good, and we want it to
yeah.
stay open.
It's called Edelweiss. It's really good.
Yeah, it's Edelweiss. It's really It's
When you go there, tell them to make more specials each day.
yeah,
yeah.
because they're always out.
They underestimate the
how much.
demand.
How much
the
people
Jaeger
love them.
Schnitzel on Tuesday is delicious, but they always run out.
I
Really
guess they
fast.
don't realize that they make good food. I don't know. Like one of
Anyway.
the few places in Tuscaloosa.
Anyway, speaking of splitting in 2 or 3 or whatever is the case with Google Drive is, Foursquare is splitting apart because it doesn't want to be just a check-in service anymore. Part of it,
social media now.
Reviews.
Foursquare is going to remain, like Foursquare's still going to be there, but it's basically going to become Yelp.
But you can already leave
Yelp
reviews on
Square.
there.
Yes, you can, but you can't check in on it.
Foursquelp.
Once it splits, it's becoming Swarm by Foursquare. And that's just for checking in stuff.
But Foursquare, you can check
So do you
in
have
and
to
leave reviews.
So do you have to
You
do?
could-
So you have to start over to become the mayor of Swarm now?
I don't know. You know,
Is it even worth the effort?
probably not.
But it has achievements.
I already got the achievements on Foursquare though.
Yeah, but what if there are achievements on Swarm?
I hope it transfers over.
You
Surely
found
it
out
does.
that there are Tumblr achievements.
Oh yeah,
today.
does that mean you're gonna start posting on Tumblr more now?
No, I'm not gonna be
I'm
that
just gonna. I looked at it today because I got this email from Tumblr, but I've been on. Opened my Tumblr account in June of 2011, I think is when it said, and I just got an email from them today saying, "Achievement unlocked for your 4,000th post."
That's over 4 posts a day
Yeah,
for 3 years.
yeah, and that's not.
What's your problem?
Well, it's
What is
because
wrong with you?
it's answering asks in 1 or 2 words. Also, reblogging shit and stuff, but
Yeah.
it's still.
You're just a big old nerd, boy.
You are
Yeah.
just a big old nerd. Get off the internet, man.
See,
Spend more time playing League of Legends.
yeah.
like real
Well,
cool
see, I think
people.
the thing is, Troy, you're more of the quality over quantity kind of guy,
If you say so.
whereas I just
Put
kind of
that shit out there.
Yeah,
Throw it out there.
It's all about volume, you see.
What am I then?
when you're bored.
Yeah, bored and a little drunk.
Yeah.
I'll get on there and answer some questions.
Oh, that's the best time to do it because
Yeah.
then you get the novelty questions and you're just patient enough to answer them.
Or when I'm drawing anime.
Oh yeah, which you've let that slip lately. You need to get back on drawing them animes.
I don't know. I just haven't.
Well, you ran out of animes to draw, didn't you?
Well, I ran out of Robotext to draw.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to do anything past the Macross stuff.
No, you should draw the actual Robotech robots that they drive.
Yeah, I don't know.
I felt
Well,
like
you said
I felt
you
like
didn't want to do Pokemon because there was too many, right? Because then you'd have to do all of them.
the thing that I
Yeah.
just said made me feel like such a mom. The robots that they drive.
Yeah.
In that cartoon you watch.
Yeah.
No, Mom.
I don't know. I've just lost my anime
Your creative
passion.
spark.
Maybe I can no longer call myself an otaku.
There was another thing that I saw that was splitting in two for some reason. I don't know what I can't remember what it was though.
Siamese twins.
What? No. I had it written down here, but I don't think I wrote the last thing. No, I just wrote down, be sure to mention Google Docs and Foursquare, because that's what you're talking about.
It's pretty important.
Yeah. So I don't get why...
We can tie this into our other things.
Oh.
Internet, all of our stuff is on the internet, and it wasn't working at our house.
Yeah.
So
Right.
we talked about Google Docs, and that's why you mentioned it.
Right.
Talk about a masterful segue.
Yeah. It's like this whole thing is tied together or something.
I have another thing written down here.
Okay.
In the news.
In the news lately.
I don't know if you know this, but there is a new film coming out in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle franchise.
Yes.
Another movie?
And-
Oh.
It's made by Nickelodeon, and everyone is really angry about what the turtles look like.
They look dumb as fuck.
I
I'm
don't-
one of those angry people.
They're humanoid turtles. I don't. They
But
look.
here's the thing,
They look fine to me.
No, they tried to make them. I don't know. They kind of kept some of the cartoony aspects, but they went
They put like human faces on it, kind of, which
Yeah,
is kind of
it's
creepy looking.
fucking weird.
But I mean, they also looked kind of dumb in like the 1980s movie.
Yeah, but that was fine.
They were puppets basically, but also everything else was also really puppety around them too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
like-
It seems like you watch that trailer and you're like, okay, they're trying to make Ninja Turtles really into Batman for some reason, and they're trying to make it dark and realistic and everything. So I can see.
Well, just go with the source material where they actually
Right.
murder people.
But it's made by Nickelodeon, so they're not going to do
Yeah.
that. They try to make it all dark and brooding and stuff. So it's like I can see where their thought process came from, where they make it all realistic or whatever, as realistic as you can make it. So they put like
These giant anthropomorphic turtles.
yeah, like they kind of put people face with people proportions and everything on it. So I mean, I see where they came from with that. They could have done a better job with it, but I mean, I'm not up in arms about it or anything. I'll probably still go see it.
I'm not good. What?
I'll probably still go see it.
I won't.
I mean, I like Ninja Turtles.
Isn't it another Michael Bay movie? Isn't
If
he
it does-
doing
J.J.
it?
Abrams.
If it
J.J.
doesn't,
Abrams?
No, it's Michael Bay. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
if it doesn't have
get them mixed up.
Vanilla Ice in it, then I'm not interested. So
Oh, that's true.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to burn down Nickelodeon Studios or anything, but I do agree that it looks stupid.
I
as
mean,
fuck.
it just seems like there's a whole lot of hate for it. Like, really, people get really angry
Because
about
it's
it.
the internet touching something that was around when they were kids.
But I mean,
Yeah.
like,
that always happens.
you mean Hollywood touching something
Yeah.
that was
What
around?
did I say?
You said the internet when it was.
Well, Hollywood touching something that
The
was
internet
around
was.
when the internet was kids.
Yeah.
when they was kids.
When the internet was kids, now they old enough to complain about it. That's what it is.
I mean, I'm no.
There's not a single thing about the new Star Wars movie being made that the internet will not complain about. It doesn't matter what it is.
I mean,
just because it is Star
Everyone's
Wars.
kind of been burned
Didn't
already
they
by it.
release
but...
the casting list, or is that
Yeah.
some bullshit?
No,
I
they
didn't actually
released
look
they released
at
the
it.
casting list. The only person I recognize in it is
Did they mention
the guy from Girls. What's his name?
Did they mention
I've
like
never seen that
Mark
shit.
Hamill and Harrison Ford and stuff?
Yeah, they're all gonna be back. That's shoot, I can't remember his name. Adam something or other. But yeah, it's a bunch of not well known people, I would say, which is fine.
They're hungry.
Yeah, they're hungry to be good, which I'm guessing what they thought Hayden Christensen would be like.
Yeah.
So it's either gonna be really good performances or a whole bunch of Hayden Christensens.
Well, I mean, the original was Nobody's too, so it's sort of they did it well the first time around. It's just when they did it in the 90s, they tried it again, and it's
I'm not going to outright defend Hayden Christensen's acting because it was fucking terrible.
But everyone's was in that.
Yeah.
Everyone's was terrible in it, and there's not a whole lot he could have done with what he was given. I don't know who would have pulled that off well.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Andy Serkis is going to be in it. I wonder if he's
Cool.
going to be in it as Andy Serkis or as some alien. Probably the
Hopefully
latter.
both.
I don't think I've ever actually seen Andy Serkis as a
Prestige.
Oh, and King Kong. He was the chef in King Kong.
Oh, yeah.
But he was
Who
also
was he
King
in
Kong.
The Prestige?
He was Nikola Tesla's assistant guy
Oh, okay.
that comes and
I
greets him at
gotcha.
the fence.
Adam Driver, that's his name. He's in it. Oscar Isaac, I don't know who that is. Max von Sydow, is that his name?
Oh,
Sydow?
Yeah.
Sydow? He's in it.
he's awesome.
Who's that?
Peter Mayhew is still Chewbacca.
Max von Sydow was, among many, many other things, he was like the old priest in The Exorcist.
Yeah.
But he's been in a ton of other stuff, which I didn't know that
That's
he was...
what I recognized him from. Okay.
I didn't know that he was in old guy makeup for that movie, and I just assumed that he was really old for a really, really long time.
He just kind of looks like that now.
Yeah.
That was a pretty accurate pretty accurate makeup job, because that's just what he looks like.
Yeah. Or maybe he just stopped aging around
maybe
age, like,
he is
70
eternal.
Or something. Yeah.
Maybe he's like Sean Connery and just got stuck at one age forever. What if Sean Connery was in Star Wars? He'd be like the Han Solo-esque character or something.
He'd just play Harrison Ford's character's father again.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Except they're both like in scooters now. It's like
Han Solo's wearing an earring the entire time too for some reason.
Oh, we need to be excited because they're having the original cast members back, because that worked out so well for the last Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah.
Or like Star Wars movies.
I guess
Star Trek movies.
I guess
holy shit, the internet's gonna kill me now.
I guess that's what Mark Hamill was doing besides being in awesome Batman games now.
Yeah. Well, he's not doing those anymore, is he?
No, his last one was
Arkham City.
Yeah, Arkham City.
Which, stuff happened in that.
Stuff sure did happen.
Yeah. I forgot
the last time he's voicing the Joker, period, he says.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. There's something I was going to say. Oh, yeah. About the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles thing. I did see... Was it Nickelodeon that made the computer animated one a couple of years ago? Or not even a couple of years ago. It was lots of years ago. Did they make that? It was just TMNT, I think. Was it Nickelodeon that made that?
Was that computer animated?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was alright. It's pretty good.
I don't know. I had heard that was an okay revival of it, because they had the show that came on after.
It's really weird. Yeah, it was really weird because they had the movie, and I don't know if the show did this or not, but they had like a sequel hook at the end of the movie, and now they're just... especially if Nickelodeon made it, they're just like, just fuck that.
Maybe the sequel script was really bad.
Oh man, I just saw The Dark Knight, and I really like that, so let's do that, everyone. I'm getting kind of tired of that, actually.
What? Dark gritty reboot?
Dark gritty reboots, yeah. I mean, I would say Star Trek did it. I would say...
I don't know. That didn't turn into dark gritty. They just turned that into a popcorn action flick.
No, I'm saying, like, I haven't actually seen the second... I haven't seen the sequel yet. I saw the first one, and it was awesome.
The second one was good, but it kind of, like, was always in your face. There was absolutely no breathing room. It was just action nonstop.
But what I mean is, I saw the trailer for the second Star Trek movie, and I was like, this is The Dark Knight. Like, Benedict Cumberbatch is the Joker, is what they're trying to show this as. So, I mean, that's what gave me that impression. And there's lots of... Just like, the next Transformers trailer, watch it and listen for the boom when something happens in slow motion.
Yep.
That happens in the Ninja Turtles trailer, and it's happened...
How else would you know that time slowed down?
It's not even slowed down time, though. I mean, it's slightly slowed down, but in the Ninja Turtles trailer, it's like... the top of the Empire State, like that little antenna of the Empire State Building falls over, and it's barely in slow motion, but it goes boom. just listen for that. It's in everything.
I don't think they make action trailers without having that in it anymore.
Yeah, they don't. They always have it the same pacing. They have that sound effect in it, and there's always like some kind of in your face, always sliding on the ground, shooting stuff, like right before it ends. Mm-hmm. They always have that, like, and then it's always go boom.
It's sort of like the Matrix influence stuff still hasn't completely gone away.
I don't think that'll ever go away.
Yeah.
Which is, okay, I mean, it's kind of cool. But
because, filmmakers, they keep making these really cool sequences, and they're worried that you'll miss it unless they make it really slow.
I mean,
the Matrix is awesome, but it's also 15 years old. And they're still doing it. Yeah, 1999.
1999, yeah.
It's Watchmen, all of those fight scenes, oh my god. I'm sorry.
Those fight scenes took like 10 minutes longer than they should have because all the slow motion.
Well, it's because the same guy made 300, and he was like, people love this in 300, I'm going to do it again, even though long, drawn-out action sequences kind of missed the point of this.
By the way, I just read a thing, I don't know if it's true or not, they're going to make Justice League, kind of like the Avengers. Guess who's set to direct it? Zack Snyder.
Well, I mean,
I heard. I'm not sure if that's true or not.
He did do the Man of Steel thing, which I also didn't see, because... who fucking cares?
Yeah.
I really like...
Watchmen fucking blew.
I wanted to like it more than I actually
I
did.
left the theater and I kept telling myself that it was an okay movie. It was an okay movie. Then I watched it just one more time and I was like, this is a shit movie.
Yeah, me and Erica tried to watch it again, like, at home a couple years later.
There's a reason why no one filmed this before.
I couldn't make it more than, like, 20 minutes, because it's just, like, it's bored actors in front of green screens is what it is. Like, it's not...
Granted, Billy Crudup kind of had... He can get a pass because that's kind of how Dr. Manhattan would sound.
Yeah,
but
everyone else sounded like that, too.
Well, Jackie Earle Haley gave it his all.
Yeah.
He was Rorschach. Everyone else, though.
He was the lone shining gem of that movie.
Yeah. But
that movie fucking sucked.
You know it's
Talk
probably
about movies
not...
that fucking rule, the opposite is Watchmen. For me.
Man, you're probably gonna get some emails about that.
That's fine. People are entitled to their opinions. I say that movie blew.
Speaking of...
I think I'm with you on that.
Speaking of opinions, I actually think it was okay, but I just realized I've only seen it that one time in the theater, so
Watch
I probably...
it again. See what you think.
I may not think that.
Maybe you'll still think it's okay, but maybe, just maybe, you'll be bored out of your fucking mind.
Yeah, I thought Revenge of the Sith was awesome in the theaters, and I haven't been able to watch it since.
I
haven't been able to stay awake through the thing.
Yeah.
I actually remember getting a little bit misty-eyed at when it just had the theme playing at the very end when Uncle Ben is holding baby Luke. I was thinking like, oh man, Star Wars is over.
I would have, except even then, even in the theaters, I groaned audibly at the no scene. Like I was just like, this is gonna be a thing that people remember forever.
The entire theater that I was in, and it was completely full, groaned when he went no. Like it drowned out the no. It was like no,
no. No, I actually had that spoiled for me. You remember? I can't remember the guy's
I knew
names.
it was coming. I was not expecting the audience reaction.
I got they were talking on the morning show when I was driving to school in my.
Did they just have the soundbite going?
No. In my sweet truck, I was driving to school, and they were just talking. They're like, I saw the Star Wars thing last night, and they actually, I'm pretty sure they said, if you haven't seen it by now, sorry, we're gonna say something happens in it. It's like it opened last night.
Yeah.
Asshole. But
desperate for those early morning listeners.
I guess so. But they were talking about like,
in the Pelham Market.
Yeah, and they were talking about like, and then he just lumbers out and you're just in this monotone Darth Vader voice goes, "No!" And I did not believe them. Yeah. I thought they were kidding. Like, because they were wacky, DJs in the morning. They were slightly lower energy than that, but
hey, everybody! It's 7 o'clock in the morning. It's time to play our quiz game.
They still had the sound effects, but they didn't have the
sound.
Woo! It's a fart. That was also a fart from my grandma.
Nailed it! You get $107.3.
Ooh, epic. Actually, that wouldn't have said
96.5 FM, the X.
That was actually on the X.
Yeah,
it was. That
was a station where we lived.
That was
the X.
107.7.
It was the alternative.
Oh yeah,
rock station.
Which that was like the Nickelback station, wasn't it?
Well, they had Nirvana hours and stuff, which I liked.
Yeah,
but, yes, they also played Nickelback.
Yeah, I feel like that was the main place where it got played. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Stained and Disturbed and all that stuff.
Probably lots of like Incubus and stuff too.
Yeah, Incubus, Dashboard Confessional. They ran the whole gamut of not very good music.
Yeah.
I did.
I like Incubus. Okay.
Dashboard Confessional was. I liked that band when I was in high school.
That's okay.
I recently made a Pandora station for some of the pop punk bands that I listened to back in high school, and I'm driving around. I'm like, I remember this.
I somehow.
That's about it. It's just I remember this.
Yeah,
I somehow on YouTube, I think, stumbled into a Yellow Card music video, and I was like, it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
The place of Ocean Avenue.
Yeah, like I was really I clicked on it, I was like, oh man, this is gonna be terrible. I listened to it.
I still probably know almost all of the words to that song.
Yeah.
That's okay. The very first CD I ever bought with my own money was Drowning Pool.
The first money I ever bought was Creed.
It was the album that had Let the Bodies of the Floor on.
I think I think I beat you.
The second CD I ever bought with my own money was the WWE anthology.
I thought Let the Bodies Hit the Floor was Disturbed.
No, man, that's Drowning Pool.
Oh, okay.
They came out with that one album, and then I think the lead singer died or something like that, and they kept on going with somebody else.
Yeah, he died of like a coke overdose or something.
Something like that, yeah.
And all that money he made on his one-hit wonder.
They kept going with a different singer, but it's like nobody really paid attention.
I remember like when I was a kid and just would stay up way too late, which is not different from now, but back then I had cable, and MTV had this late night show called like Let's Talk About Sex or something. And,
what?
Well, I was like 15 years old, so
yeah.
No, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it lasted very long, but they actually had it was either Disturbed or Drowning Pool on there as guests. And even as a little kid who honestly probably heard those songs and was like, yeah, this isn't terrible, I was like, what the fuck is going on?
It's like, all right, and we'll be back.
And this guy showed like his like, I don't know, something had fallen on his foot and his like toenail was like all black and bruised.
That's
and he showed it on TV. He's like, on this like Let's Talk About Sex show. I'm like,
oh man, that's metal as hell.
What is this guy?
It's like, and we'll be right back to show you how to put a condom onto a banana. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. like that just plays them out. That plays them out.
Oh my god.
I completely forgot what we were talking about now. Ninja Turtles, I don't have a problem with them. Whatever, do whatever you want. You paid for it.
Should we answer some questions now?
Yes, let's do that. So when Tim cut there, Joseph took the time to check the lead singer of
Drowning Pools.
Yeah, and it turns out he didn't die of a coke overdose. He just died of heart disease.
Yeah,
not related to coke.
Undiagnosed.
Yeah.
Only
So
30 years old.
I bet you feel like an asshole now.
I do feel like an asshole.
Sorry.
I do remember when that happened, though. I feel like that was one of the stories that was circulating, maybe before they, did an autopsy or something. Oh, yeah. Because it's like, of course they're going to report that. He was a metal singer.
Oh, man, no, you don't understand. Heath Ledger acted so hard as the Joker, he just killed him, man.
I remember when the Drowning Pool thing happened, because I was still a fan of theirs at the time, and there was a tiny little blurb about it in the Birmingham News, and I cut it out, and I had it, stuck on my desk.
And you just cried for hours.
Next to an article about Arnold Schwarzenegger making a speech and calling the Democrats girly men. I had those two things. I don't know why.
It's one
of them is obvious. Yeah, it's girly men.
Because it's funny.
Yeah. Anyway, let's ask a couple of questions. Only have a couple questions today. First, Robbie asks, I loved the concept of Mon Chat Regard. After Marble Hornets, do you think you might make it into a feature-length project / series?
It already is. It's already both of those. Mm-hmm. Just pay attention to the subtext. Next question.
Well, I mean, it's feature-length, but he also said series. Do you think there could maybe be... Is it a series all in one?
It depends upon if you're willing to accept the artistic vision of it or not.
Okay. Yeah.
If you want to accept the artistic vision of it that I intended, yes, it is a series of feelings and images and experiences that really tie everything together.
It is love.
It is love. It is hate. It is indifference, which is even worse than hate, I think, because you don't even want to put forth the effort to hate. It is just.
Sexual tension.
Lots of sexual tension, lots of phallic symbolism just everywhere.
Of course, now what you've done is, that work was able to stand on its own, but now that you have...
I'm just saying...
Now that you have explained it, does it still have the same value as it did before, now that you've sort of obliterated any mystery that
it depends on...
Explain your intentions.
It depends on your... artistic interpretation of value. You need to really figure out not just the literal definition of the word value, but what it means to your soul.
If you were to sell it at a garage sale, how much would you sell it for?
It's priceless.
It's priceless. Yeah. It's you cannot put a price.
So more than $10.
I would say at least 500 times that.
Okay.
At least.
I'll give you $11.50.
Sold.
Okay.
Oh, before we go any further here, I actually had an email from someone. Actually, keep talking. I gotta find it real quick.
Well, Beth asks, Would you mind if a THAC fan panel was at MidoriCon, which is a con that we are going to in Oregon, Ohio, in September?
I love that the name of that city, Oregon, Ohio.
I know.
Wait, hold on. Oregon's the state, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's funny then.
It caused some confusion because I made a post about it and I put Oregon, Ohio, and there were a couple of people that said, yes, they're finally coming to Oregon. And so I just took that out and just said, like, we are coming to Ohio. And then if you click the link, then you can see where in Ohio. Because people that lived in or around Oregon were getting their hopes up.
You were crushing people's dreams by being accurate.
Yeah. Blame John Francis Oregon, who founded Oregon, Ohio.
Yeah. We're coming to California, Arkansas.
We're coming to Germany, Alabama.
I didn't realize that THAC even had fans though. So.
All two of them can have their own fan panel if they wish.
Yes.
Oh.
We can.
Maybe we'll have time to go to it.
Maybe we can bring them some punch or something. Good. Here, guys, have some
party juice.
Capri Sun.
Have some refreshments on us.
Yeah.
Please go to THAC.tv. Okay, I found it. A guy named Justin sent me an email that just saying that if you don't like Flux, the thing we were talking about last time that changes the color temperature of your thing, he said there is another one. It's called Dimmer, and it simply dims the screen to whatever level you want. It includes a slider, so in the evening / at night, you turn it on and adjust it down to 80%. All the stuff that it doesn't change the color temperature. So if you tried Flux and thought it was weird like I did, then you can try Dimmer, I think that guy said.
Cool. I will definitely.
I just made $500 doing that.
Yeah. Turns out that's the one guy who made Dimmer by himself. Just happens to be listening to our podcast.
Disclaimer: I haven't tried it myself yet, so if it's terrible, I'm sorry.
Morg asks, worst haircut you've ever had? Also, what age do you think that your youngest podcast listener is? I think 7 or 8.
Sure.
Probably. Of course, that discounts maybe...
7-year-old shouldn't be listening to this podcast because we say swears in it sometimes.
Of course, it has an explicit warning.
Unless you count, say, a parent listening with their infant child, then it could be just someone who's a few months old.
Instead of letting the baby listen to Mozart, they put the headphones on the belly and it's just
us.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's like, how they say it makes... classical music makes your child smarter if they listen to it when they're a baby. Well, it's like listening to the THAC podcast when they're a baby makes them grow a tail or something. If you let your children listen to the THAC podcast when they're infant children, their ears will become twice as big as they normally would. Possibly even 3 times as big.
Their ears will become twice as big, and their hair will never be able to grow into anything but a bitchin' mohawk.
Or what if this? What if it grants mustache growing abilities? This could be the official mustache podcast.
Then I wish THAC podcast were around
when I was a kid.
Yeah,
so I could have a sweet mustache.
Well, that's why we need the Thatum, the They Have a Time Machine, so we can go back and force ourselves to listen to this specific podcast as children, and then then we grow mustaches, and then have no reason to talk about it on this podcast, which means we never talk about it,
paradox.
And we cause a paradox, and we rip the space-time continuum
ultimately, a long chain of events leads to World War III happening.
Yeah.
Yep.
But what we should do with Thatum is we should first make $5 million, of course, buy Thackelbees, make it
invest in Bitcoin.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's obvious.
Or was that part of the $5 million thing?
Yeah.
Okay. That's how we make $5 million because Bitcoins are basically free money. Mm-hmm. So
cryptocurrency is the future.
We have this $5 million or whatever. We buy the Applebee's building to make Thackelbees. We put the time machine, if it's able to be resized like a bubble or something, like in Terminator. We put it around the Applebee's.
Do we have to be nude when we go back in time?
Of course.
Okay.
Don't you know how time machines work?
Or it's sort of like the time machine in Doctor Who, except instead of the police box, it's just the entire Thackelbee's building.
Right, that. So
and it makes that same noise. Just
we go back in time. Well, no, because with my pitch here, we have to be able to come back.
Okay.
So if there's like an escape pod or something that can come off of it that can go back,
greenhouse,
go forward in time. Yeah, it just launches off with the fire and everything.
Dumpster.
Dumpster time travelers. So we go back in time with THAC established and everything, plant it. We do THAC inception, basically. We plant the very first THAC, so it's like McDonald's, like the very first one. Go forward in time, so when we get there, there's THAC everywhere.
Okay.
That's
serving grapefruit salads and
couscous hot dogs and dirt.
Live bait.
It's but it's all full of stupid inside jokes, and no one knows what they mean because we haven't done any of that stuff yet.
Not even us, because when we get back, we're just like, thought of this.
Yeah, and then everyone thinks that all the videos that we've done are rip-offs of THAC.
Oh man!
But we also own THAC.
My plan is flawed.
Man, this is really complicated.
This is why time travel is a stupid plot point.
Yeah, that's why no one. That's why no one comes back on time machines because it's too complicated.
Yeah.
Time travel's possible. Where's all the time travelers?
What was the worst haircut you've ever had, by the way?
You ever have a mullet?
No, but I had a pretty dumb-looking bowl cut around 8th grade.
So
it wasn't really a bowl cut. It was just kind of just. Well, no, because I grew out my hair to almost shoulder length freshman year of college.
Yeah, everyone did. Actually, you kind of had a.
Mine was a little extra greasy looking though.
Well, you were a bit of a late bloomer with your long hair because you weren't allowed to have long hair in high school.
Yeah, because my high school had like a dress code and stuff, and your hair couldn't get past a certain length, and neither could your sideburns. Now that I remember, so it's like I flouted both rules as soon as I got to college, but I only kept one of them going. But
because most non-private school people that don't have hair length limits, I guess, you kind of grow your hair out starting your freshman year of high school, pretty much. And then, because I know I did, I had some awful looking hair.
My worst haircut was probably in 8th grade when I was starting to grow it out, and I still had like short sides of my hair.
But your bangs
were long.
I remember that.
That was in vogue then.
Yeah.
Late 90s, early 2000s.
And so you get all of your long hair wanting out of your system in high school. And then when you get to college, you're like, man, no one's hair is like this. I look like a child. So like I look like a high schooler. So you cut all your hair off. I like shaved my head.
Yeah.
So so you're kind of late to the game on that.
I don't think I've ever had a good haircut until like a month ago.
You should make the little icon for this podcast, you with that hair.
Yeah.
Now you have to do it.
God.
Because if people listen this far, they will know if you didn't do it or not.
Okay.
So you should do that.
I wanna shave my head bald once we finish Marble Hornets, but I don't know if Erica will let me get away from it. Yeah. Just
nice.
just all the way, because I've never done.
Just shave all of your facial hair too, so
yeah, like nothing but eyebrows.
No, take off the eyebrows too. You got to go all the way.
yeah, just look like a little walking penis.
Because I did the long hair, but I've never done the super short hair because I pretty much kept it the same since we started Marble Hornets, and so like. I wanted to try that at least once in my life, so that could be like my celebratory hairstyle.
We'll go. I'm gonna get a matching mohawk with Rocket.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna keep my hair the way it is.
What a nerd.
We could get matching head tattoos if we both have like shaved heads.
Yeah.
No, just do the thing where they cut something into your head, like they cut a design in the back of your head.
That's pretty badass.
I saw a guy that had a pizza slice.
What?
Tied into his head.
Okay,
like with little pepperonis and everything?
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm not going to do that because I will never be that cool, ever. That's not sarcasm. I will never be that cool. I will never be cool enough to have...
Not like his entire head was a pizza slice either.
No, just
a pizza slice on the side of his head.
It's pretty cool.
No.
I want that. Wait, are you gonna...
Was your worst haircut thing just sort of rolled in with the everyone had bad ones at some point? Like,
yeah, I didn't think it was a bad haircut at the time, but now...
do.
Yeah.
But now, like, my parents always told me, like, you're gonna hate the hair, you're gonna think you look really stupid because you do. And I was like...
Whenever parents are stupid.
Whenever your parents say, you're gonna look back at that haircut and regret it, they're really saying your hair looks stupid.
Yeah. 90% of the time, they're going to be completely right.
When they say you're going to think you look like an idiot later, what they mean is you look like an idiot now.
Yeah, because every time I go back to my mom's house, it has my senior portrait hanging up, and I was just... My mom tried to force me to get a haircut before I did that, and I was like, no, Mom. I'm going to look the way I look. This is me.
I'm going to express myself.
And every time I go back to my mom's house to see that picture, I'm like, I was idiot. I hate my high school self.
I mean, I never really figured out how to fucking dress myself properly until like a couple of years into college.
Who was
I just grab random shit at the thrift store and be like, this will be good together. Because I went to schools that had uniforms for 12 years.
So you didn't really have to know how to dress yourself.
And so then I get just tossed out into the real world, no clothing experience. Just like,
you should have just worn your uniform every day.
Yeah. Well, that's what my high school uniform was. What all like the Greek pledges wore. Basically, it was like the khakis and the white shirt and the blue blazer, and then like the blue and red striped tie. That was my school uniform. But
did you have to?
I would have just been another pledge.
Did you have to like buy those or rent them or what?
I mean, you just bought them, but they also lasted me like pretty much all 4 years.
Was there like that one kid that like?
I had the one blazer last all 4 years, and it was just falling apart on the inside by the end.
Was there just like that one kid that only bought one pair of everything and then just wore the same thing every day?
Yeah.
That sounds gross.
I mean,
was it you?
High schoolers are gross, man.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
I was probably grosser freshman year of college than I was in high school, just because it's like,
well, I mean, yeah,
no one can make me do anything.
I was as gross as I have ever been when I was a freshman in college, just because of the place I was living.
Yeah.
Because it was, I lived in the only all-male dorm on campus somehow. And
I've never made any poor decisions in regards to how I look or my hygiene.
That's not what I'm saying.
I know. No, I was saying whatever. I was making a joke about myself. That
okay.
True.
Oh, right. So, like, just based on where I was living more filthily than I ever had before.
Also, that freshman year of college was the first time I was able to smoke cigarettes whenever I felt like it, so I, like, stank even worse than I did later on.
Oh.
Now, I should just smell like fruit bullshit or whatever now.
I do,
You smell like fruit bullshit a whole lot.
At least I don't smell like your grandpa's house anymore.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't mind the smell of tobacco, so... I do like that I went to that all-male dorm because... got over my fear of public bathrooms because it was a community bathroom.
Nice.
So, thanks. Thanks, University of Alabama, for teaching me...
Always wear flip-flops.
That it's okay to poop in a public bathroom.
Yep.
Should always remember that, everyone.
It's okay.
It's okay. Everyone does it.
I hope we don't have any more questions because we need to end on that message. That was powerful.
Well, we did actually get one more, but maybe I could just fix it in post. Yeah. Just swap them around.
Yeah.
Swap them around. We did just get one as we were reading the other ones. It's just... are there any funny bloopers from the THAC shorts, and do you think we'll ever post them to the channel? Well, we do want to do some kind of THAC DVD at some point.
Right.
But
we have more content to make before that.
Yeah, we need to have more THAC stuff to actually put on a DVD first.
I think we added it up, and everything that we would want to put on a DVD for THAC, it was like, not counting the most recent nature breaks, but those aren't long anyway, I think it was about 38 minutes.
Yeah.
So, and you probably need to double that.
At least double that,
At least double that before you want to make a DVD, so...
So yeah, we definitely have some good stuff, and you've already posted... It seemed like you would do like one blooper per video on your Facebook for a while, which like
did I ever post you busting your ass on the rollerblades?
You never did do that one, but you did do Joseph falling backwards in the field where Joseph listens to jazz because
when you concussed yourself.
That was when we only did one take that day, and then we went home because
I was done.
Yeah, Joseph was done.
I think I yelled, "Okay, we're done."
You did.
But there's definitely lots and lots of bloopers and shit.
And then me accidentally licking off a huge glob of that shaving cream.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I think that one ended up on the internet, too.
It did,
But, we would probably have a DVD with a nice long outtake reel or something like that. Maybe...
It'd be similar to the Marble Hornets DVDs. And
probably,
have, separate menu and stuff for all that.
Yeah. I hope we can do one of those one day.
Yeah. that would be pretty cool.
Dream big.
It's like... Can't really make that a Kickstarter stretch goal because
we don't have enough material.
It's like when will that one be made?
I don't know.
Whenever.
Yeah.
Hey, just donate the $8,000 tier. You get everything forever.
Yeah.
So
easy as that. Have we talked long enough? You
I think that's.
I think
All right.
I think we ran out of steam now.
I
so
used all my energy.
getting pumped about that
Oh my
Kickstarter.
God.
Yeah.
I'm pretty hungry now.
So
Me
we'll see.
too.
We'll see where that Kickstarter is at by the time this actually goes up on the internet.
See how much of idiots we look like.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for donating to it.
Thanks for donating. Well, it's not really donating because they're getting something back for that. Like
It's donating.
It's donating.
sort of a.
No, what we're giving them is essentially worthless.
Yeah.
Because it's dumb garbage we've done.
Yeah. Thanks for the things you do for
Thanks
our dumb
for-
internet garbage.
Thanks for giving us money and thanks for listening to the podcast. We'll see you again in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.